Assalamu alaikum. Today we will discuss from the book of research psychology or research method in psychology, and I will tell you according to the Shaganashi authors and from the 10th edition. And there are many chapters from this book, and today's we will discuss in detail about the first chapter, and our first chapter will be about introduction. In this chapter we will discuss there are many definition about basic terms of the research psychology. For example, scientific method, empirical approach, ethnocentric, bias, hypothesis, and the multi-model approach. These are the definition from the introduction of the research psychology. So today, we will start from first definition. First, what is scientific method? It is clear with the name scientific method or research method. If we discuss any topic, if we finalize any topic according to the scientific criteria, and what is the scientific process or the scientific criteria? If we follow the all steps according to science, and what are the scientific process? First of all, you take your problem, then identify, then hypothesis, then prediction, then diagnose, and then finalize the results. If we follow approximate these steps, if we follow these steps, that we call the science or the scientific process. So we can say that the scientific methods are the definition of the scientific method is the first definition from your book. And our next definition is empirical approach. What is the empirical approach? You can say that it's the direct observation or the experimentation as a way of answering question. If you will do as a researcher to the direct observation to any research, it means you are following the empirical approach. It is perhaps the most important characteristic of the scientific method. Using this approach, psychologists focus on the behavior and the experience that could be observed directly. If you observe directly all the phenomena of the nature, all the phenomena of any topic, it means you are following the empirical approach. And our next and the third definition will be about the ethnocentric bias. So I will tell you about the ethnocentric bias. Ethno means culture. We can say that ethnocentric bias can occur. Bias means any error. Any error can be occur in the ethnic or in the culture diversity and so on. We can say that ethnocentric bias can occur when research fail to recognize when experience and values of others of their own culture that finding from psychological research involving American are used to interpret the behavior and experience of the individual in other countries. A potential for the ethnocentric bias exists. Simply we can say ethnocentric bias. Bias means error, ethno means culture. If we conduct a research and we do any error or mistakes by due to the culture value, for example, American culture value the change, Pakistan culture value the change, Turkish culture value the change, or culture has its own norms. If we follow the same norm, if we follow the same rule, it can be possible we are doing the ethnocentric bias. Whenever our next definition is about from the book of research psychology will be what is the hypothesis. What is the hypothesis? We can say that our tentative explanation, our temporary explanation may be true, may be wrong, but which can be tested. If we can test any definition, if we can check, if we can measure any paradigm, it means that we will call the hypothesis. A temporary explanation called hypothesis. And our next definition is multi-method approach. Multi-method, it means there are many methods, are the many methods apply at the same time. So we can say that the multi-method approach that is searching for an answer using various research methodology and the measure of the behavior for measuring the attitude, behavior, and upzoning to apply the different and the many research method at the same time. Then we can say we are applying the multi-method approach. These were the short definition from the first book of the research method. And your most important question, the long question, you can say that about the steps of the research process. I will tell you in the next video what are the steps we will follow from any conductor research. So take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.